first question. On that restart, what were you thinking? What opened up for you?
Well, I got the position on the high line which I wanted because it really gives me the nice run, and I just thought I could get a good run and I could probably get to about third, and then Donnie and David kind of were battling each other and left the high line completely open. So I pushed as hard as I could, try to run that corner wide open, and just got a hell of a run coming off the two. And from there on, I had momentum and speed, and just was able to get past David and put a pretty clean slide job on him. And it was not planned like that, but I definitely was going for an aggressive run in 1 and 2 to gain position. So, and sometimes it works out like that, you know. Sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know, but that was the plan.
Winning your first Kings Royal. I mean, this in 2010. You were so close. I mean, was there a sense of a pressure,
Well, actually,
it was going to happen no matter
you know
what?
I took all the because I kind of was a favourite, so I just took all the pressure off myself. I said I don't think it's going to be this year, but we've got a strong team. Our sponsors are here, our owners are here, and we'll just go out and have a good run. And if we finish the top 5, then we'll be very proud with that, because these races are just so hard to win, and there's restarts, and there's just lots of things, and the competition right now is incredible. So I just took the pressure off myself and told myself it's not our year. We probably won't win it. Just do what you can and enjoy it, and just try to drive a smart race. I really did try to preach. I was sort of before the race, all the guys were all talking and joking, and I stood off to the side because I wanted to focus, and I was really just telling myself, try to have more patience than the Dalai Lama in the first half of this race. And I just didn't want to get involved in sliding across the track or slide job wars, and just wanted to try to position myself and try to run a smart race. And good strategy, it worked.
Well, you're on the bonus plan now. You won the Kings Royal, so how's it feel?
I'm not going to lie, it was a bit teary after a couple of laps right there after the check-it, and tried to, by the time I got off the scale, smarten myself up so I didn't look like a crybaby, but I just don't think... the first year I come here was in, I believe, in 87. I come here just to watch, and I just got so hooked. This is the track that got me so hooked to sprint car racing, and it was just my dream one day to win the Kings Royal, and that was at that time, just from Western Sydney. I didn't think, you got to dream, you got to believe in big, but guys like Steve Kinzer are still racing, and Sammy Swindell, and they're just the teams, and the level was just unbelievable. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. So to assemble this team we have now, and I think it's one of the best teams in sprint car racing. We've got great ownership, a great team, and it feels like we've really accomplished something. It feels like it's something to be proud of.
What did Tyler tell you on the fuel stop? Did he tell you anything?
Well, obviously, when you've got Donnie shots on you, and the cushion's not quite what it was, you've got an issue. So because he can run the middle of the racetrack or the bottom is the best. So I thought, well, here we go, Donnie. Got to try to be smart here. And Tyler just said, "Oh, you're good, mate. You're all good. Just keep doing your thing." So I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." And then on the restart, when that thing went into the middle of 1 and 2 and just stuck and drove through like I was on asphalt, I'm like, "Oh, yes." And I actually just backpedaled. I drove the last 2 laps half throttle and kept the tyres under it, and just didn't try to keep the sideboard straight. And when the checker come out, I'm like, "Is this really happening?" And I went into one, and that was that. So,
how does this compare to winning like the Australian title and some of the big races?
Well, I tell you, I've won the Classic 3 times, and I mean, these races just are so special. They're all on their own special level, and thanks. I mean, this is to be so lucky to have won a Classic, an Australian title, and now a Kings Royal. It's an honour. It's just like all you want to do in sprint car racing is be a part of it and be good and do your people proud and be recognised, and we're on our way. Yeah.
This sets you, not to be a killjoy, but this sets you up for the month of money now. I mean, how much confidence does this give you going into a place You know,
We've had lots of confidence. Guys have been giving me such good race cars. I think we've done some ridiculous amount of podiums in a row, which is fantastic.
Seven.
And that's good cars. That's not it's me driving stupendously every night. That's just good race cars. And it's funny. The better race cars you get, the more conservatively you can drive. All of a sudden, you're bringing it home every night, and you've just got confidence that you don't need to panic. Just hold your breath. It'll be okay, and the situations will dictate themselves. And I just had a feeling that I wasn't upset that we weren't winning. Even though we were running seconds and thirds, I just knew our win was around the corner, and lo and behold, it was the King's Royal. So who would have thought?
You brought out American Racing Wheels this year. How much pressure is that to get off your team, having a major sponsor like that?
Actually, you think it would have been the opposite. You think bringing a corporate sponsor would be a lot of pressure because, there's obviously there's just a lot of stuff you got to do to keep sponsors happy. It's part of the business. But ironically, Dan Ricehouse with American Racing Wheels has absolutely taken some of the burden off our team, and he's just been a fantastic, magical partner in this relationship this year, and I think he's been a big part of our success this year. Just, people coming together, and that's been our team. There's no one person in this team this year. Everyone is just doing their job, and when you get in that situation where everyone can do their job, it's so much funnier how better you can do your job, because you start focusing on more little things that you need to, instead of trying to micromanage or stupid little details that used to concern you in the past.
did they re-up for next year? I heard something like they re-upped, or if the guys have talked about it, or
It's sprint car racing, man. Nothing's done till nothing's done till we're all signed on the dotted line. So we're just concentrating on 2014. And this year, and just keeping this magnificent run we have going.
you head to Pennsylvania now. It's been a tough place for you in
Yep.
the past. Momentum?
Look, Pennsylvania is extremely difficult. A lot of cars. Track changes a lot of speed in qualifying, so you don't know where you're going to wind up. I think, last time we were there, we were qualified third, ran 8th from 9th, and the first night we were going to run okay and got involved in a wreck. So you've got to be realistic. If you could go to PA, Williams Grove both nights and bang out a couple of top 10s, mission accomplished.
You knocked out the first Australian to win the King's Royal. You gonna get the next big one?
I've never ever looked at it. I was the first Aussie to do anything. To me, sprint car racing, you see how well the Australian guys are doing over here now. Like the sprint cars in Australia has come so far. I think Americans are going to get a little upset at how good some of these Australians are going to start doing over here. And so, to me, it's not really different countries. It's just one big community to me. It doesn't feel any different when we go to a track to Australia, Pennsylvania, California. Just feels like a big part of the circuit. So, and it's amazing how well everyone gets along. So I definitely don't view it that way at all. But yeah, it's absolutely an honor though.
Following up on that, you said there's a lot of good Australians.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie Veal's a guy who's getting a lot of play right now. Is this a case of when the American drivers went over there, you guys said you got to step up your game? And then,
when Americans went down there from tens of years ago and just annihilated the fields, and ironically, the last 10 years, Australians have really got really professional. The series are great. The teams are just as professional as any of the outlaw teams. So they've come a long way. And anytime you get a professional team with professional crew chief and a good driver, they're going to be tough. They're going to be extremely tough, and they've come so far. But unfortunately, not a lot of them are like me. They really chase the American dream. Australia's become really prestigious, so a lot of them, that's their main goal. But if they for sure choose to do World of Outlaw or any of that, they're going to be successful. I mean, there's just so much talent coming up.
Now you gathered it back up again. This is kind of like where you first started racing when you came over to Americas here in Ohio and stuff. And you first came over, could you ever imagine that you'd be sitting in that throne, with that crowd?
No, you couldn't even. That was always the goal. Absolutely. And early on, you always thought you had some obscure chance that you could do it, and then Steve Kinzer or Jack would clap you in about 5 laps. And but you never give up. I mean, you just keep working, and that's what I've done over the last 20 years. And worked, and always just believed that we could do it. And sprint car racing. People look at me now and our team and just think, oh my God, money, and think this and that. And I've come up pretty hard. I had to do a lot of things on my own, and I never complained. I loved it. I loved the opportunity, and it's taught me a lot about life. I never got anything handed to me, and I'm definitely not complaining about that. I think it was an asset that I had to do it that way, and it may have taken me longer to get a result like the King's Royal, but definitely more appreciative of it. Definitely, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gibbering, but just short story, long. No, like it was just always dreamed to be part of one of these big teams like this and accomplish something like this for sure.
All right.